Like you can just talk to the hospital and tell them, you know what, I have this idea. Why don't I educate these patients? And then you just build your own small community of people maybe managing diabetes, people on dialysis, or people who have chronic kidney disease, breastfeeding and lactating mothers. You can just form a whole community. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charity. I'm a certified nutritionist and I'm a mental wellness advocate. My YouTube channel is about life as a practicing nutritionist in Kenya. I share tips on how to navigate being a nutritionist in Kenya, and hopefully very soon I'll be launching my brand, Charity Safe Haven, where you'll get all these services I'm talking about as a nutrition client or as a nutrition profession. I hope you'll be able to benefit from what I'm working on, and I'm so excited about it. Yeah. Today being a Tuesday, today's Nutrition Talk series, and I continue to share my helpful tips as a practicing nutritionist to a fellow nutritionist out there who is thinking about quitting, who has reached rock bottom, frustrated, feeling burnt out, a starting nutritionist who does not know what to do. I'm your plug. I'm always here to help. Let's dive into today's episode, and today I'm going to talk about how to beat that monotonous or boring routine as a practicing nutritionist, especially if you're practicing in the hospital. Sometimes it can get a little bit boring. Let me not joke to you, because you'll be doing the same thing over and over, literally coming across the same conditions and applying the same things, different patient, different demography, but the condition more or less are the same. So you find that over time you start to get bored and feel like you're not fulfilling what you want to fulfill, and then you start feeling frustrated, like I said in the previous episode, and then you start feeling burnt out and feel bored about this profession. But this episode is for you. Stay tuned till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's continue growing. Join my small family of Charity Safe Haven. I really appreciate you guys so much, and do follow me on all my social media platforms to get nutrition and nutrition related information. I'm so serious about being posting consistently. Week I'm going to be talking about my behind the scenes of why I started Charity Safe Haven, what inspired me, what motivates me, and if I'm to launch my brand, what the brand will be all about. So stay tuned all my socials in order to let's start with today's episode. First helpful tip I want to share to help you beat that monotonous routine is to continue educating yourself. I'll not stop saying on this particular YouTube channel, please continue working and improving on yourself. Attend these specialized courses. There's so many nutrition academies online, even in Kenya. There's Nutrition Academy where you can get these specialized courses. You can specialize in being a diabetic educator, a pediatric nutrition practitioner, a renal nutritionist practitioner, so that you can set yourself aside from all these people, so that you'll continue sharpening your skills, attending these online webinars, these online workshops, physical conferences, to just help you know what is new in our field, what researches have been done, what are the new guidelines, and this can be able to help you apply and expound your scope, especially if you're working in the hospital or you're facing the same conditions, and most of the time you apply the same intervention. So it's just good to continue learning and educating yourself on what's new out there. Yeah. The second helpful tip I want to share as a practicing nutritionist to you is to continue engaging your clients for different services. I know most of the time in most hospitals you'll find that it's just the same routine. There's nutrition assessment, nutrition diagnosis, intervention, and then most of the time follow-up is a problem, because most of the time when the clients or the patients leave the hospital, some of them don't come back if it's not like managing a condition. So I feel like to just set yourself aside and to work on improving your routine and not making it boring, you can just offer like online webinars or physical groups. Talk to the hospital and tell them, you know what, I have this idea. why don't I educate these patients? And then you just build your own small community of people maybe managing diabetes, people on dialysis, or people who have chronic kidney disease, breastfeeding and lactating mothers. You can just form a whole community. And always offer more, like maybe virtual cooking classes and sharing easy to do recipes, how to increase milk production. I feel like when you keep on reading like the first point, you'll find there's a huge niche, because I feel like most of the time when people leave the hospital and they get home and you have this newborn baby, you're stuck. You're like, I've forgotten everything I was told to the hospital. So you can come in and say, I offer after service after care, like from the hospital. I can come to your house, I can assist with the breastfeeding, with the lactation, just clearing your pantry, helping you like shop wisely when it comes to groceries and all these things. The third point is creative content creation. Social media is all the rage right now. Let me not lie to you. Everyone is on social media, everyone has their phone. So if you can start something on social media, you can just start with a blog post. On LinkedIn, there's an option where you can write a blog post. You can have WordPress for free, write your blog post. You can go to Facebook, write because Facebook allows you to write so much. You can just start sharing your insights. Don't just aimlessly scroll on social media if you have a skill to utilize. And I feel like that is something I wish I was told earlier on when I finished my campus. If I had known, I would have started early, because for me, I started being intentional about my social media last year. So I sometimes feel ish. Start sharing your expertise. If you love recording videos like I do, you like being in front of the camera, behind the camera, you can come up as a group and then create something. If someone who is comfortable to be in front of the camera can talk, and then the creative team can help come up with topics, interview other professionals, interview clients who are willing to come and talk about how they are managing their conditions. Just trying all these creative ventures to help like spice up that boring hospital routine most of the time. Or I don't know, or maybe if you're in a profession that you didn't study and you feel like, I need to set myself aside, I'm bored. So you can just come up and start doing something. Yeah. The fourth helpful tip I'll share is networking and collaboration, and I will not stop insisting this. I'm also trying to be open. I'm not that open, and I'm trying to reach out to my fellow nutritionists to just collaborate with them, come up with content to help like create more awareness, and also reach out to very many people and different audiences, because people who follow me might not follow her, or people who follow her might not follow me. So collaborating with the nutritionist, other healthcare profession, it's just good because it will help reach like a wider audience, and it also spruce up your boring routine. The fifth helpful tip I'll share is work on your personal projects if you have the time, because I feel like when you work in the hospital, because we don't do night shift most of the time, by 5 most of us are done with the hospital work. When you go home, you can just relax. You can come up with your own personal project, like writing a book. I know in one of the groups I have a nutritionist who has written a book and she's selling it, like clinical nutrition, which is helpful to people who are practicing clinical nutrition. You can create an app. I don't know if I've seen any Kenyan app, but I'm sure it's there, like app to track meals, app to help like explain calorie or energy expenditure to people who do not understand, to just help them track their progress. Develop products. Like I said, there's a whole niche of supplements, because supplement is becoming, I think, because most of us are not consuming as much as we're supposed to. So you can just come up with a product that is safe, and you test it and make sure it's going to give the result. Don't make it like a fad, I don't encourage dietitians and nutritionists to create fad diets. No, just come up with a product that will be beneficial to an everyday person who wants to learn more. This sixth point, it's about creating challenges, about just helping people change their habits. Because for me, I believe 28 days someone has mastered a habit, and then when you continue for 3 months, it turns into a lifestyle. Like I know Nutrition by Ndenya has a challenge, 21 days healthy eating by Nutrition by Ndenya. I think follow her on her social media, Instagram. She has a challenge going right now about 21 days of eating clean. I also want to join that challenge, but Mama loves her chips and white bread. But I'll see. But it's a nice initiative because it will help you like build or work on those habits. Yeah. The seventh point I already talked about in this particular episode: how to take care of yourself, practice mindfulness, and take care of yourself. Set time aside to just work on yourself, because I feel like with the episode I talked about, this episode, frustration, burnout is real, and when you're burnt out, you'll not give your all. So please take care of yourself. Take time to just relax. Do hobbies, do things you love. I don't feel like I want to talk more about the eighth tip I want to share is interactive tools and apps. Like I said, social media is all the rage right now. Please work on these apps. See how you can incorporate the apps in your day-to-day practices. If a client comes to you and they're like, you know what, I want to track how I'm eating, you can share like an app. Sometimes I always encourage nutritionists to practice what they preach. Like what you tell your clients, go home, what you tell your clients, go home and try doing it, so that you can say, I use this is the plate I use, this is the app I use to track what I eat, this is the app I track to my physical activity level, and I know if I'm achieving my activity level for the day, that is 150 minutes. Am I doing moderate or intense, or just I'm sedentary, I'm just sitting, I'm not doing anything, Yeah. The ninth tip is to try and find different location to work. I know in the hospital that is easier said than done, because most of us, we're given an office. So I feel like you should spice up your office. Have posters, if you're allowed, of healthy foods, have food models, make your counseling session interactive with your patient. If you have a computer, you can just have a file or a slide where you show what you're saying, like you're interacting with your client. This is a healthy plate, this is how a plate is supposed to be portioned, and then you show the client this is what, and then you plug them where to get this plate. If it's fruits, the rainbow fruits, you have the rainbow fruits displayed on the charts or on the screen, and then you show like this is what, because I feel like sometimes seeing is doing, especially if you are interacting with a demography where literacy level is a challenge, and or communication is a challenge. You just show them the pictures, because that's what I used to do in my previous job. I used to have a lot of photos, so when you show the moms or the clients like this is what I was encouraging you to send them those PDF pictures, everything. They go to the market, they're like, you know what, a doctor told me to take this, so they show the fruits or the veggies or whatever, whole grains and everything, and then they go and buy, which is easier than just writing too much and half of them don't understand, and then when they get home they don't understand and they go do their own thing. The final tip I want to share is to volunteer or teach outside work. Like if you work in marginalized areas, if you're privileged to, at your free time you can organize with your other staff or the hospital, and then you go around in the community to just teach about, create awareness about nutrition, create awareness awareness about healthy eating. In Kenya we call it Lishe Bora initiatives. They are there. I remember when I was working in that Anatachi in Gertrude, we used to have this Lishe Bora initiative. Like you go to the community, you just educate them about healthy living. It was so much fun. Like it breaks the monotony of just sitting behind the desk talking about the same thing over and over again, because I promise you, talking about the same thing is so tiring. You're like, you know what, I'm even tired of listening to myself talk about this, especially when it comes to diabetes management, because in the hospital you not do a thorough assessment, because you're seeing a lot of, especially in public hospital, you're seeing a lot of patients. But if you find like you can go to the community, interact with them, see how they live, so that know their level of social economic status, so that when you're counseling such a group or such a patient, to know what you're telling them. Because I feel like sometimes you might educate someone or counsel someone and telling them weird things that they can't afford, and then they're like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Today's episode, I actually did enjoy recording this episode, because it's something that has been and I wish I knew when I was practicing, because sometimes it can get boring and the boredom is so much. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Guys, leave a comment about how you break the monotony or the boring routine at work. What do you do? What activity? Share with other people in the community. Let them know. Please share this episode if you find it educative with your family, your friends, on your socials. I really appreciate the support and thank you guys so much. I appreciate the subscribers. You're slowly getting there, but we are not yet there, so don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I've been yours, Charity. Bye.